Carlos, a very tough match for your players, tough to watch sometimes. How satisfied are you with the point?
We cannot say that we are satisfied with the point, but I think that we didn't do enough things maybe to take the 3 points.
How did you go about the game? What was the plan? Did it work?
I think to can deserve for me the 3 points today, we should have attacked more. We are having some losing of the balls that allow them to counter-attack, and some losing of the ball that in situations that we have to keep the ball, because as soon as we were keeping the ball in offensive half, the team in the first half was find some solutions that allow us to be thinking that we could take the control of the ball, take the control of the game, and create enough chances. But it didn't happen enough times. We didn't attack with enough consistency. The only problem in attack for me in the first half was more the building up and more the playing out, and they make us play long. I think in the second half we correct from the attacking point of view the playing out, but it's true that even our attacking offensive half was not enough well to break the last line of the defenders. In defense, they were creating some problems in the first 50 minutes, especially with the draw movement of the strikers and the passes to the channel. I think with the pass of these 15 minutes, we start to manage well the distance, and the team start to be more solid in defense and more aggressive. But we were suffering some problem for me in the transitions, in the counter-attacks, that it was for me more the moment where they unbalanced the game. After we had some losing of the ball in the middle of the pitch, after the recovery, we were more open, and we were not enough players to can defend the counter-attack. And for me, it was the feeling that they were so dangerous in our counter-attack, because for me, we didn't manage the ball in the level that we can manage the ball.
Do you think that as the game reached its later stages, the risk of losing the game became greater than the possibility of winning it?
Yes and no. Yes, because it's true that with the last chance that they had, they could won the 3 points. They could win the game, but at the same time we tried to change the game to go for the 3 points, because in any moment we tried to be just defending the result. We changed in the last moment with Coroma to play 4-4-2, knowing that they will have the possibility to make the cross, because it's not the same to cover the width of the pitch with 5 or to cover the width of the pitch with 4. And the last action for me was, we had in the previous action the possibility to make one counter-attack with Sorba that we didn't use, and in the last action they have the possibility to take one cross from the side. It was a little bit about the risk and the reward. For me, we tried to take that risk that allow us to have one counter-attack, because it was the only possible for me way to can create the chance in the last minutes of the game. But at the same time trying to be solid, and in the last action of the game, of course, and they were creating one problem, because they are a team that arrived with many players to the box, and we had a little bit of problems to solve the situation. But more than the transition in the counter-attacks, I think I didn't see the team suffer enough, but it's true that I didn't see the team attacking us. We need to make them suffer. So it's not about what, for me, do it today in defense, it was what we didn't do today in attack.
What is interesting, as always, Carlos, is your selections. And we're seeing a Championship selection and an FA Cup selection, more or less, one and the other, black and white. Do you think there will come a time between now and the end of the season where you mix the two up a little bit more? I'm thinking, for example, of Eiting and Rhodes, maybe starting them in Championship matches, or do you see them as behind those who you selected for the start of the match tonight?
No, I think that we are going to play every game with the players that we understand that are the more competitive players to play the game. And always after, when you put the players, sometimes they are going to perform, sometimes we are not going to have the performance that we want. And this is part of the football game. I cannot talk about the things that I will do, because I don't know. But I can tell you about the things that we were doing, and we always put the players that we consider that they can make a more impact in the game. The fact that some players are playing doesn't mean that the players that are not playing couldn't make the impact. But at the end, we need to select 11. And I need to find enough reasons to put one player instead to put another ones.
I guess you're trying to find a balance between managing the risk of losing, but also the need to win. And that need to win is perhaps going to become greater now, because you have Sheffield United next and Fulham thereafter. Each game that's coming on the fixture list seems to be more and more important in each case.
No, I think each game gives you the possibility to add the 3 points, and sometimes we always want to make the result the consequence of our positive performances, and we know that the better we perform in defense, the more options we are going to have. The better we perform in attack, the more options we are going to have too. and the worse we perform in any of these two moments, more challenge is going to be to achieve the 3 points. Then our only focus is this: put the team in the, or performing the level that we have to perform to achieve the 3 points. If it's Fulham, if it's Sheffield, or if it's any team in the Championship, we know that it's going to be tough, and we always are going to face with the same level of respect, being focused in the things we need to do to go for the 3 points.
So how realistic, given what you've just said, how realistic do you think playoff hopes are? Do you think it's still something that you can reasonably aim for?
I am not thinking I cannot give you an answer to say yes or no. I only are watching the team, that we still need to improve in the games to can be a more competitive team, and today was one perfect example that we need to do more things. But at the same time, I am watching one mentality of the players that I feel very proud because they compete as animals. So let's see if we are able to improve enough to go for the 3 points every time we are in the pitch.
Thank you, Carlos.
You're welcome.